Welcome to Couch Talk with Molly, where I get to talk it up with some fantastic people from First Pres Norman.
Hello, everyone in First Pres YouTube world and Facebook. I am here with the delightful Jim Crawley, and today happens to be his birthday. So happy birthday to Jim, and he has something he wants to wave in the air.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it. Yes, because every birthday, what do you like to do, Jim?
We created the birthday group in the foundation many years ago, and every year I write a check for the amount. The idea on the birthday group is every year you give a check amount equivalent to your age, and so this is my check for this year at 94.
94. Yay! That's fantastic. That's excellent. Well, then tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I was been a member of the First Presbyterian Church for many years. I joined in 1957,
Okay.
so that's and I'm sure many of you remember Molly, my dear wife, who passed away in February of this year, and we have been active in the church. That time, I think Kenneth Fever was the pastor at the time we joined, and he was. I really liked him. His intellectual capacity was more than most. And then in my personal history, in 1972, I formed Crawley Petroleum, and it's still in existence. And I still go to the office on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Good for you.
Ask me some questions. What else?
Okay, let's see. How long were Molly and you married?
It would have been 64 years on June the 5th.
Wow.
But she passed away
Right.
February the 23rd, so
Right.
just slightly before.
Yes. And you have 3 children,
3 daughters.
3 daughters, and grandkids.
Yes, I have 4 grandkids.
And so, where did you go to school?
But I grew up in East Texas and went to school in a little place called Spring Hill. It's spelled Spring, but we always pronounced it Spring.
Sounds like a Texas thing to do.
I graduated high school in '43 and immediately went to Texas A&M.
Okay.
And in the next few years, that was during the middle of World War II, and I ended up in the Army Air Corps for a short time. And I was in Luke Field in Arizona on the day the atomic bomb was dropped,
Oh, wow.
and that was on my birthday in here, but August the 6th there because of the dateline.
Oh.
And then I was discharged, and I think it was in November of that year, and then I worked until February, and I went back to school, and then that summer I was a roustabout in East Texas and finished as an engineer. I went to work for several years in West Texas as an engineer, and then my sister's husband got into the Harvard Law School, and I went out to visit them on Christmas, and he said, "You ought to go to look at this program at the business school." And so I came back and applied and was admitted to the special program at the Harvard Business School. That was entered in February, and then we had the month of August off. And I figured since I was from Midland, I was halfway to Europe already, so I might as well go and enjoy that. So I had a nice vacation.
Wow.
And but the last stop of the vacation was in Paris, and that's where I met Molly.
Y'all met in Paris.
Yeah,
Wow. What was she doing?
she was working for the government.
Oh. So how did you meet? I mean, where in Paris and how?
I was looking for an American breakfast. I was getting tired of European breakfast, and I went down to close to the embassy and saw this down the. We said a bar we serve American breakfast, and went down and sat there, and they put this young lady next to me, and it was not Molly,
Okay.
and we got to talking, and I like milk, and she said, "You're not going to drink that milk, are you?" I said, "Well, we're here in the land of Pasteur. Why?" She says, "We were going up to Montmartre. Why don't you join us?" And I could walk away anytime I wanted to, so I decided to join them. And Molly was she was driving a Volkswagen, and I got in the Volkswagen in the front. So there I was with three girls in Paris. And Molly and I hit it off right from before it started.
So how did you stay in touch? You were there on vacation.
Her home was in Norway, which is right out of Boston, and so we corresponded. And she came home for Christmas, and we got engaged, and she broke her contract, and then that June is when we got married.
Wow, that's a whirlwind love story right there.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah, and we'd like to travel. We traveled a lot over the next 40 years.
Mm-hmm. So what brought you to Norman?
The company I went to work with right out of Harvard was a company that out of New Jersey that raised money for Blackwood Nichols, a company in Oklahoma City, and they thought they needed somebody down here, and so I went to work with them, and then that evolved and changed, and when they sold it, I was able to buy back the marginal properties from that and start Crawley Petroleum.
Very cool. So how did you get connected to First Pres?
There was a member of the church that was named Bill Little,
Okay.
and he, right after we joined, within a year, they started Memorial, and he moved over to that church. I grew up a Cumberland Presbyterian in East Texas, and so liked the church and joined quickly.
Mm-hmm. And so what, have you served as elder?
Yes, I think a couple of times as elder, and for a long time chairman of the church foundation.
Okay. Great.
Yeah, I got where, really you should pass those duties on, and Jan was on the committee there, and I suggested that she would make a good chairman, and that worked out very well.
All right. Good deal. So what are some of your favorite memories you have at the church?
Oh, my memory has gone downhill in the past few years.
No. What?
I had some great times, but I don't remember specifically.
Do you have favorite traditions that you like at the church? Is there something you look forward to that we do every year?
Well, the bagpipe Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Reformation Sunday.
Yeah.
Yes. Very good. Well, what are some of your hopes maybe that you have for the church?
Well, I hope this pandemic passes and we can get back. I miss a lot not being able to be there on Sunday, and I do watch the program on the screen, and I think that I get the impression that there have been a reasonable number of young couples joining the church, which is what we really need. And once you get a favorable recognition in the community, that helps.
Mhm. Is there anything else that you think the people of First Pres might want to know about you or like to know about you?
Not really.
I appreciate you taking the time on your birthday and for the contribution to the birthday fund and all that you've done for First Pres.
Can I deliver that check to you? And
You can deliver it to me, you bet.
This has been Couch Talk with Molly. Thanks to Jim for taking time on his birthday to talk it up with me.
Because you're actually a James. Or are you just, yeah, you're a James.
James.
Yeah, but Molly said you're a Jim, right?
Right.
I remember asking her one time and she named you Jim.
Right.
And I have a Jimmy, so that's fun to be Molly and Jim. So we're good people, Molly and Jims.